Hello, Nate here again with the Volunteer Tech Vlog on Live Sound 101 YouTube channel. And I got right here my media report, my notes from today. And so the format of this video might be a little different. I always like trying new things, iterating. So I took some clips from when I got here early in the morning, testing software audio console just to make sure it's functioning in the background. So I have some clips of that I'm going to put at the end of this video. I have some clips of the mix when the room was empty in the fellowship hall, and then I walked up to the speaker, and then I walked around to the main front of house mix in the sanctuary, so you can actually hear the difference of me walking. You can hear how the mix sounds at the back of the fellowship hall, walking to the front, and then around the corner to the back of the sanctuary. And then I have another clip of the mix during the service when the room was full of people, just standing at the top. So not a, just a reference point to hear how the mix sounds. And so I'll put those at the end of this video. And just real quick, so it's the media report for August 21st, 2016. We had one service. Josh, Cait, and Andrew were playing music. It's Seth and I. We're up in the booth. Let's see here. Hit a max dB-SPL A-weighted slow of 90.5. Still using the backup system, the Mackie CFX20 MKII. So we got our old analog board up there while we're testing the stability of SAC. So this was the third stability test for software audio console. So I'm pretty confident to get it back online and just remove those faulty units from the system altogether. And we'll have, after we order 2 more ADA8200s, we'll have a complete system of matching ADA8200s. Let's see. We are being tasked to provide a secondary auxiliary screen for folks who have visual disabilities, not able to see very well. We're being asked to, either have some sort of tablet or device that mirrors whatever slides go up on the front of the our displays. We're being asked to maybe have either a bring your own device that could somehow receive words or slides. So we got to navigate that and I got to do some research to figure out how our system could do that and what would make sense. And so maybe I'll talk about that a little bit more as I'm driving here. And the big picture, the big thought from today's sermon, the big idea was integrity is inconvenient and costly, which I thought was, so Mike was giving the sermon today. And integrity is something we throw around a lot, but what is integrity? And it is obviously doing the right thing when nobody's looking. I think we all have a good idea of what integrity is, but integrity is inconvenient and costly. And he read from Proverbs 11. But we had an example. He gave an example of being at the Target and being in the checkout line, having screaming kids. And you get home and one of your big ticket items, they forgot to ring up, for example. And so at that point, what do you do? I thought this is a really good example, I think, that Mike was giving, because I've got a 4-year-old and an almost 2-year-old, and sometimes the kids just go nuts during checkout and you just want to get out of there. And by the time you get home, you realize this big ticket item was not charged to your card. What do? You drag the kids all the way back and ask somebody to ring you up again because they forgot to charge you, or do you just let it go and be like, oh, it's their bad, their fault, no harm, no foul, kind of a thing. But anyway, good example of integrity is costly. So to do the right thing, you'd have to get the kids all back in the car, travel back, take them back to the checkout, lug, whatever the thing is, back to the checkout aisle. So it's going to cost you something, and it won't be convenient. So anyway, that was a good big picture. Wanted to share that too. But so for this media report, Seth did a great job. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Seth. Don't know if he watches the videos or not, but he's one of our newer volunteers for the media team, and he does Pro Presenter 6. He handles the words and the slides and any video that needs to get played back. That's all him. he handled a last-minute request very well. He was handed a thumb drive with a PowerPoint on it, and we kind of collaborated together. He had the idea of using the import PowerPoint feature and was able to do that fairly rapidly, which was good. And then once it was imported, he wasn't quite sure where it got imported to, so I mentioned, well, why don't you check the library up there? And sure enough, when you import something in PowerPoint, it goes to your library and it names the imported slides according to whatever the PowerPoint was named. So he had thought he labeled it one thing, but then it actually didn't get labeled that way, so it was a little confusing to find. But we did import as JPEGs only because we weren't sure about how the formatting would go, so we just did we didn't try to import all like the text fields or anything like that. We just did a JPEG only, and it worked pretty well. So good job on Seth, good teamwork there. But yeah, so we're being asked, there is a member of the church that has a hard time seeing, and even sitting in the very front row, right up close to one of the displays, they can't quite, they can't see the words very clear. And so we're gonna explore different technology. I'm gonna be looking into it this week. Like what can we do for this person, you know? So sitting in the front row is the first thing that comes to mind, because that's just, keep it simple, right? Just maybe there's a non-technical solution that doesn't cost money, it doesn't cost anybody's time to try to figure something out. There's no training involved with it. It's just simply change the location of where you're sitting. Well, it appears as though sitting in the front row in overflow right next to a display is not an option. That's not going to help. So the nature of the disability is that they really need to see words right up close. So the next non-technical solution would be to have printouts of the lyrics made available to this person, and they could just, when the slides are being emailed to the person who's doing PowerPoint, doing Pro Presenter, we could CC this person, and they could have the slides emailed to them, and they could just flip through them on their own. But you know, that may not be the best solution. It is a solution. It's an idea that doesn't cost any extra money. It doesn't cost any extra technological, research to try to figure out. Because the other thing that comes to mind is it would be really cool if you could mirror what's going on, like what the signal, the output that's coming from Pro Presenter that's being sent to these hardwired displays over DVI. So we're using Extron DTP DVI transmitters. So we're sending the DVI signal over a Cat6 shielded cable, and it's going the long distance, and it's going to these three displays. So what if there was a way to send the output of whatever's going to those displays also wirelessly to one of these, to a tablet of some sort? Now when you do that, now you're talking about Wi-Fi, talking about bandwidth, and our Wi-Fi is pretty much locked down. We made a suggestion, a recommendation to hire an IT company, like hire an IT person to come in and update our infrastructure, update our wireless access points, make it more robust, make it so that we could have a public, a guest login, a guest Wi-Fi, and an operational Wi-Fi, and set up VLANs and do all this. And that plan was rejected by the leaders of the church. So doing a solution like that is probably not going to be feasible. Anything that relies on Wi-Fi, I think, is probably just asking for trouble, because our Wi-Fi is not set up to have lots of users and guest users, and it's a big security hole. If you're having a bring your own device coming in, getting on the network, potentially we would have to be on the same network where our production computers are located, which I'm just not comfortable with. I don't think that's a good idea, because somebody's device could come in with a virus and infect things, and plus Wi-Fi isn't all that reliable. I mean, sending packets over RF, it's just the nature of the beast is that all the packets don't necessarily arrive, and if you're trying to send high bandwidth video, you're gonna run into problems. Now, so the question becomes, would slides be good enough, or does this person also want to see, like, if there's a video that gets played back, would they want to see that video up there, real close on their screen, so that they can see what's going on there too? So there's the requirements. I want to explore the requirements more. Maybe sit down and have a one-on-one session with this person and just kind of, you know, see what they're looking to do and see what we can do. But you know, some sort of like wireless thing seems like it would be a good idea, but we don't have the infrastructure. We're not set up for it, and it costs a lot of money to have that type of infrastructure. And we were all set up to go down that route to provide all kinds of, you know, this topic specifically of providing a display for somebody who couldn't read the words very well, a personal tablet or display of some sort, that never came up before. But these are all the types of things that really you can only do when you invest in your wireless access points, your backbone, your networking backbone, to make sure, you know, you've got plenty of bandwidth on your network. Just that. This has been one of the things that I have really been trying to push the church to upgrade, is the networking backbone for a long time, because so many other things hinge upon it. But you know, that's where we're at. So if you've got any ideas for how to push, you know, push the words or video, I'm not sure which route we're going to go. If it's just going to be text thing, or, you know, like a Kindle White maybe that somehow gets live text updates, that's something to consider. Or if it's going to be like really full bandwidth motion video, 1080p, something to think about. But so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Oh, this person's let me go. Thank you. With that, I think I'm home now, so I think I will go inside and hang out with the family. But let's see, this is a 12-minute video already, and then I'm gonna put on a bunch of clips on the end here. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Hopefully this helps you out. All right, today is August 21st, 2016. I'm here bright and early. Hopefully this is the last week, or second to last week. It's one of the last weeks we use our backup analog system. Hopefully we can put this beast back away and we can go back to software audio console. But I did want to do one more round of testing. So I'm going to open up here on the home screen here. We've got some links to Josh's 2016 summer mix. So this is supposed to be like the default mix that Josh used week in and week out. And to keep things really simple for the live sound volunteer. So I'm going to go ahead and go live there. And what I'm doing here by keeping this running in the background is just monitoring for any potential noise, because we had the word clock errors, which was putting sporadic random noise across all kinds of channels. And it was like starting with like 1 through 8, and then it was kind of like spilling over into the rest of the channels. Really weird, awful, obtrusive, distorted noise. And oh boy, so I'm monitoring. So when that noise happens, I can see what's going on there. And right now, after I took those Behringer units on the bottom there out of the equation, there's no more noise. So this is testing round number 3 to make sure the system is good before we order some more gear and get rid of those old ones. And I'm not even gonna, I know there's a company called Black Lion Audio that will repair those Behringer units and upgrade the preamps and stuff. So there's ways we could repair them possibly, but maybe I'll look into that later down the road if we want to expand and have more channels. But for now, I'm just going to take them out and we'll just buy the ones that I know work. But that is an option I came across SUing sent that to me. I also came across it myself a few weeks back when I was troubleshooting and looking up things online, doing some research. So I'm gonna have that going, but you'll notice if I snap, you can see that the system is live. Let's see. I've got one mic connected here to channel 1, and that mic, actually I'm gonna open up that mic right here. Channel 1. Let's see, is that channel 1? Yeah, that's channel 1. So unmuted channel 1. That mic is just sitting here on the floor, right there. And then I believe this bad boy is connected to the main output. So theoretically, if I turn the volume up there, let me see, is he connected? Yeah, he's got an input there. So theoretically, should be able to take this mic, should be able to turn that up slowly. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Wow. Should have tested it out a little bit more beforehand. But, so that should work. I mean, visually I know it works, but it is good to get the auditory confirmation. So channel 1. Channel is muted. Coming in, I can see the levels coming in there. Okay, well, let me think through this. Why am I not hearing anything? Oh, this is gonna be a great little video. So I went live with the system. I'm gonna check the cabling just to make sure that's good, because this should work as a test. Okay. Yeah, so that obviously that was the problem. So now I'm gonna turn the volume, make sure I'm all the way down here. So the output was still coming from, let's see if we can see this here. So this XLR right here was plugged into the old unit still. So that's what the problem is. Well, you can't see anything in this video. So now I have repatched to the right output. So now if you talking to this mic, check 1 2, check 1 2. Slowly turn that up. I don't want to get feedback. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Yeah, so now I'm actually just verifying that system. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Okay, so you should definitely be able to hear that in this recording. You should be able to hear my voice is coming from there. Check 1 2. So the system is functioning. And I don't need this to be up so loud anymore. Actually, don't need to be up at all. So that's basically what I'm doing today. We've got SAC running in the background, and I'm taking the ADA8000s completely out of the signal path, and I'm just using these two. And this will be test 3 for stability before we keep going with SAC. Because if we couldn't get this thing stable, we were going to seriously consider a new digital board, complete different audio setup. But we don't have to do that anymore, so try to get some more mileage out of the current setup.